Good morning, everybody. Thought we would just get on here and chat a little bit, talk about the weather this weekend. Got a little bit ahead of my day today, so I thought, what better way to make up some time is spend it with you guys. So if you get on the live stream, make sure you guys let me know there in the chat. Make sure you give a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. Go ahead and like the video. That kind of helps spread the video out there a little bit. We're going to kind of go over the weekend weather. We're going to take a look at maybe a couple more storm systems that we have that is going to be affecting us as we go into next week as well. So these storm systems just continually to stack up off in the Pacific and run across the Midwest. Now, I mentioned this before, how excited I was to see these storm systems just stacking one right after another. And the reason is because we're not even done with cycle number one of the Leezak recurring cycle. So that started back on October 6th. So we're still in that first cycle of the new LRC cycle that is going to give us long range forecasting for the next 11 and a half months. So already this is coming in this weekend, system number 4 within 2 weeks. So we can expect the same pattern to repeat itself as we go in toward the end of December into January, and then again cycle back through 8 more times as we go through next October. So this is going to be able to allow us to see what our winter forecast is going to look like, what our spring storm season is going to look like, what the tropical season is going to look like for 2025 with tropical storms and hurricanes. So much can be taken with all of these storm systems as they come through this first cycle. Hey, good morning, Alan, Kayla, Elizabeth. Good to see you guys. And I know it's kind of an odd time for me to be going live, 10:20 in the morning. But again, I had a little bit ahead of schedule today, so I had a few minutes. So we'll kind of go through what we have in store for this weekend. In case you guys did not see it there on social media, let's go over our weekend forecast, and then we'll go into some of the reasons why we're going to be expecting what we are expecting for the weekend. So starting off with today, we do have partly cloudy skies out there. The sun is going to be poking out every now and then. As we go into the late afternoon, we do have a slight chance to see a sprinkle or two, maybe a light shower after up until about sunset, and then around 10 p.m. tonight and after, we're going to really start to see things cloud up out there with the chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after midnight tonight, all the way through tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be kind of a dreary day, high of 61. We have that 80% chance of rain and thunderstorm tomorrow, likely going to be going up later on this afternoon. We'll probably be bumping that up to about 90%, as all the data is showing this cut-off low pressure system is still poised to impact west central Missouri on Saturday. But hey, we clear out nicely for Sunday for the Kansas City Chiefs, and we're going for a high of 63 on Sunday under mostly sunny skies. So all in all, not a bad fall weekend forecast, because I know how many of you guys like to get out there and drink your pumpkin spice. So it'll be a wonderful weekend to sleep in Saturday morning and then go to get your pumpkin spice at one of the local coffee shops here in town. So it's going to be a great weekend for that. And of course, Sunday looks great if you want to grill on Sunday for the Chiefs game. Plenty of sunshine. So what you're looking at on the screen right now is, again, this is the upper level air maps at 500 millibars. That's 18,000 feet above our head. This is where we see the jet stream, the steering winds that all these storm systems follow. And notice we have this cluster right here in the middle here, all by itself. And that is what we call a cutoff low. And what happened, it isolated itself away from the main jet stream, which is up here to the north, and kind of sitting out there spinning on its own. It will eventually be absorbed back into the jet stream as it moves across the Midwest. But this is going to be our weather maker as we go into late tonight into Saturday. So we'll put this into motion just a little bit. This is going to be Saturday morning. And notice we're gonna be right here in. There's gonna be very strong upper level winds at 18,000 feet above our heads, and we are going to be in the zone to receive multiple rounds of light rain, maybe a clap of thunder. There's no severe weather for this weekend expected at all. Just some good old fall rain and thunder showers is what I'm looking at. So total rainfall anywhere between, we can pick up a quarter all the way up to an inch of rain here in West Central Missouri. I say probably if you live in Cass, Bates, Vernon County, you guys are going to be closer to the inch, and everybody else is going to be right around the half-inch mark. But it's not going to be a torrential downpour all day long. It's going to be periods of showers and thunder showers. So a good soaking rain, so to speak. And of course, we're still trying to battle back from that drought index, in which we've been in a severe drought over the last 65 days. So it's slowly but surely beginning to work its way out of West Central Missouri and get us back up to about normal conditions. But all in all, we're still in that drought, believe it or not, even after all that rainfall last week with the first three storm systems. But that kind of tells you how far below average in rainfall we were for that 1 month. Now, going forward, we're going to see that cutoff low pressure system. You see how it gets absorbed into the jet stream? And then as we go into midweek, we're going to have a powerhouse of a low pressure system set up here over Minnesota, southern Canada, and it's going to bring us a northwest flow, so we can see another resurgence of colder air coming in from the northwest into Missouri. Now, right now, there's just not going to be enough instability, I think, for any severe weather, but we're going to get another reinforcing cold front, as well as showers and thunder showers here in West Central Missouri as we go into Wednesday and Thursday next week. And then after that, then we get yet another system right here. This model hasn't quite loaded up quite yet. But we're going to get the effects of yet another system coming in for next weekend. Of course, that's going to be a big weekend. I believe that is the opening day of deer season. We will get another reinforcing shot of cold air, as well as some rain and thunder showers for opening day of deer season. So you see these, they just get stacked up, moving across right over the Midwest and affecting West Central Missouri. So we've got several more days, several more chances of rain and thunderstorms. We take a look at the cloud cover we have out there for today. And I'll put this into motion here. You notice we We started off with some cloudy skies, and there's a few breaks, as you notice right here in west central Missouri, but there's a lot of cloud cover that's going to be working its way from the southwest into west central Missouri throughout the day today, and of course, and then into the evening. And we also have a strong hurricane right now down here in the Gulf of Mexico. Most of the models is showing it kind of curving back to the west and into Mexico, hopefully not having any impact outside of just some rain and thunderstorm for the Gulf Coast. So at least they're not going to have to endure yet another hurricane hitting the coast. Winds are going to be picking up this afternoon as well. We're going to start to see as we go into, say, right around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to see those northeast to east winds pick up right around the 10 to 15 mile per hour range. We're going to have some gusts up to 18 to 20 miles per hour this afternoon as well, ahead of this low pressure system sitting down here in southern Kansas and into Oklahoma. So, man, I tell you what, Colorado, New Mexico, if you guys haven't seen any of those pictures of the snowstorm that they are getting out there right now, wow, they are getting hammered out there with snowfall. And I do believe I have got well, Alan, the official drought index is actually just a little bit dated. Now they come out, a couple times a week, and it still shows us being in drought conditions here. But we need to wait about 2 more weeks, and those averages will start to level off a little bit more, and we'll start to see that drought index slowly coming down from a severe drought to abnormally dry. So we'll see that continually to drop. It's just a little bit dated because it doesn't all of a sudden take in consideration we had 6 inches of rain in a week and a half. It's more of a slower process. So we got to make sure we get some soaking rains. They go a lot by the soil conditions. They might take a core, say 9 inches deep, bring it up, and then they see what the soil moisture is at 9 inches, 6 inches, 3 inches, and at the surface. So it takes a while for that drought index to come down. But with the rainfall we're expecting tomorrow, as well as the rainfall that we are expecting going into next week, I'm going to say we're going to take a huge chunk out of that drought index as we go into the end of November, right around Thanksgiving time. And I've got what I'm going to do. I just received this. And I'll show you guys. I have a buddy that lives out there in Colorado. So here you can see he lives just kind of north, kind of in between Boulder and Denver. And they had 9 inches of snowfall last night. And he said he wasn't sure exactly how much they were expecting overnight tonight. So I looked. and they're expecting yet another 10 to 12 inches of snowfall tonight. So he he loves cooking outside. Of course, he's got a nice setup out there with the grill, smoker, and yeah, you can expect another foot of snow on top of what he's got right now by morning. So, gee, Merry Christmas. A lot of snow is happening out there in Colorado and New Mexico. I-70 was shut down for most of the day yesterday and overnight out in western Kansas into Colorado. So yeah, we have that much to look forward to. I am excited with all these storm systems that are coming through. You know, you have to remember all of these storm systems are are going to be moving back through in December when we have colder temperatures into January. So any of these storm systems that we are getting now, if we have cold air in place, and that's the catch-all. It depends on if we have cold air in place. But here's what happens when you have storm system after storm system coming across during wintertime. So that first initial storm system, we might not have any cold air in place. Now, it might stay mainly rain form, liquid form. As it passes by, it ushers in colder air from the north. And we have a piggyback storm system right behind it. Well, we will have cold air in place then. And guess what happens? All that rain that was in storm system number 1 is now snow in storm system number 2. And it ushers in more colder air, storm system number 3. So you get where I'm going with that with this kind of pattern, it's looking kind of exciting for any snow lovers out there for a kind of a wacky winter is what it's looking like. Now, don't get me wrong, we are going to have some dry spells in there. Remember, October 6th through around the first 2 weeks, so 6th through the 18th or so, we were still in that dry drought. We hadn't gotten any rainfall. Everything stayed to the north of us. We had lots of high pressure systems come across the Midwest that allowed for sinking air and nice weather. We're still going to have that as being part of the cycle, but once we hit that stormy section in that cycle, we could be setting up for several winter storms as we head into the winter months. So if you like snow, you are definitely going to like, I think, the winter forecast. And that should be coming out right around the first week of December. And again, you guys have to remember, we have to wait till the first cycle completes and the second cycle begins. And then we can start, if it's 40 days in between cycles, we can go 40 days, every 40 days on the calendar, all the way through next October. And we can have the long range forecast based on that LRC LESAC recurring cycle. So right now, we're still in that transition phase. Like I said, we're in that first pattern, that first cycle of the new LRC pattern. So the Global Predictor is absorbing all this new information. The Global Predictor is an app that you can get for your phone, you get for your desktop. It's relatively inexpensive, about $5 a month or so through Weather 2020 and Gary Lezak. But between the dashboard that we utilize here at Subby Weather Talk, as well as the Global Predictor, it's absorbing all of this new information of this new cycle day to day. So the overall forecasting through Weather 2020 and the LRC is it's going to have a few flaws, because we haven't gone through a whole cycle yet. It's just taking information day to day, plugging it into the LRC, and spitting out a forecast. But it has remained pretty consistent with a cold front moving in toward the end of November into the first few days of December, that we could possibly see some snowfall right around the 1st of December. So anybody that entered the Subby's first 1-inch snowfall contest, the LRC is showing the potential to see a measurable snow here in Henry County. This is where we're going to be taking the measurement at, right around December 1st. So that could, if you picked right around December 1st, you have a pretty good shot at winning that great prize package that we had put together with a John Deere generator, courtesy of Ag Power. And we've got snowflake pillows. We got a Kansas City Chiefs snow globe. We've got gift certificates given from Green Street Markets and Integrity Floors. What a great prize package. Somebody's going to be awfully happy if they pick the right date. PSP is coming back, Alan. It is coming back. I mentioned this morning, I think it was in a blog, I mentioned that our TSP and PSP, we might actually have our first ones coming up here in a matter of a couple weeks. So that's exciting for those that do not know what those are. Those were a fun acronym that we started last winter in Subby's Weather Talk. TSP, Teacher Snow Day Probability, because we get all these teachers commenting and asking me questions. Hey, you think we're going to get snow? Are we going to have school? So, teachers deserve a day off every now and then. They are definitely overworked and underpaid. That is for sure. So, by golly, if I have any power to get them a snow day to stay at home and drink their pumpkin spice, then by golly, I'm going to try everything I can. And of course, for the PSP is the pastor snow day probability for those pastors out there that work diligently and hard out there for Sunday services. Every now and then, I don't think there's anything wrong with staying at home on the couch and opening up a Bible. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Kind of giving them a break as well. Yeah. Prediction for Christmas looks like it's still the same. Now, what we have to watch out for there, Lucky, is going to be right around New Year's. So these storm systems that we have been experiencing over the last couple weeks, there's a pretty strong likelihood, even though we don't know when that cycle is going to end yet, but they will likely be coming back around right around the New Year's through the 10th of January. That's the way it kind of looks right now. So we will get, possibility of having several storms in a row starting around New Year's through around the 10th, 12th of January. That's when these storm systems we are feeling now will cycle back through. However, Christmas is still looking dry for Christmas. Let's just jump over and take a look at the global predictor. So let's see here. See if I can get this where you guys can see it just a little bit better. All right, so this is set up right now, November here in Henry County. And as you can see, we go through Thanksgiving and through that last week of November. You notice we are just a little bit above average, right in the 60s. But you notice what happens right here, right around the 30th. High of 49 degrees on the 30th of November. And then we jump over to December. Look at this. High 38 on the 1st, 41 on the 2nd, 50 on the 3rd. And then we begin to warm back up again. And then for Christmas right now, we're going to be, the LRC is showing near 60 degrees for Christmas. So we might be out there in shorts and half shirts come Christmas. But if we take a look at the snowfall probability, you notice we have a chance of measurable snow here in Henry County based on the LRC on December 1st. So that's going to be a big system that comes through here. That those last day of November into the first week of December. That's going to be really our first strong cold front from the north that we will see usher in those colder temperatures as well as the chance for snowfall. But yeah, here just about everywhere here in West Central Missouri, we are going to be looking into the 50s, the low 60s for Christmas week. So that's got a little bit of a bummer for me because I'd like to be seasonal. If it's supposed to be cold and snowing, I want it cold and snowing. If it's supposed to be hot and humid, I want it hot and humid. Christmas time, man, you gotta have snow on Christmas, but it looked like we're gonna be colder for Thanksgiving than what we are for Christmas. So things are flip-flopping, man. I don't know why they're doing that, but let's go into January. And let's see here. Now, this is all brand new data updated this morning with what we've got going on. And of course, we start off into the 40s the first couple days, New Year's Day, and then we get a little bit of a cold front come in on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And we have another cold snap coming in right around the 16th and again on the 23rd of January. Take a look at snowfall. Okay, so if there's that snowfall that we were just talking about here a few minutes ago based on the data from the dashboard. Now this looks at so many different profiles and data sets, and that's what I was looking at yesterday and today, and it was showing that system coming in right around the between New Year's and the 9th, 10th, somewhere in there. And right now the global predictor is showing quite a storm, quite a little storm here right around the 9th of January through the 12th of January here in Henry County. All right, so that was kind of the look at the global predictor. Again, our holiday coming up for Thanksgiving. Right now, Thanksgiving looks to be sunshine and 64 degrees for Thanksgiving Day. So, not anticipating any kind of travel problems for that week of Thanksgiving. And we're going to be watching very closely on that Saturday after Thanksgiving for an approaching cold front that could give us that first snow on the 1st of December. I know, Lucky, you don't like snow. Us here non-Chicagoans, we want snow around here. All right, guys, so that's about all that I have for today. Again, let's take a look at the forecast for this weekend. And we've got a high of 60 today with a 30% chance of an isolated shower or a sprinkle late in the day today. But we have a lot better chance coming in overnight into your Saturday with the 80% chance of rain and thunder showers high of 61. And then Sunday, clearing out for the Kansas City Chiefs. Sunshine, 63 degrees on Sunday. Be a beautiful Sunday to get out and get some stuff done. So, again, want to give a big shout out. We have sponsors that allow us to be able to get the forecast and the live segments out there on Radford Media Group. And want to give a big shout out to one of our newest sponsors, and that's going to be Golden Valley Tractor. They are right here in Clinton, right on the outskirts of town on the west side on 7 Highway. Of course, they have Kinsey, New Holland, Great Plains. They have just about anything that you might need as far as ag equipment, attachments, tractors there at Golden Valley Tractor. Great, great people. I've known them basically my entire life, as I got one of my first starts in the ag field with Golden Valley Tractor. So I encourage you guys, shop local. And if you have any lawn and garden needs, ag needs, go out there, talk to Chad at Golden Valley Tractor. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up our stream for today. Again, get out, enjoy the weekend. I know tomorrow's going to be rainy, a little bit dreary, but a great morning to drink your coffee, turn on some Netflix, and Sunday, get out and enjoy the beautiful sunshine. So it's going to be a good weekend all the way around. Guys, stay weather aware. And we'll be talking to you guys as we go into next week. Don't forget to check my blog out tomorrow morning. That's Subby's Ag and Weather Report. A little bit about what's going on here in our area, as well as the USDA meteorologists have their insights on crop conditions as well as weather conditions. So definitely check that out. That rolls out 6:30 a.m. tomorrow morning on mykdkd.com under Subby's Weather Blog.